Welcome to episode 431 of the Geeks for the Win podcast, the tech and gaming podcast from the GeeksFTW.com, where we cover all things geeky. I'm your host, William McDonald, and I'm joined with my co-host, Stuart.
Known across the internet as Casual Terror.
Alrighty, this week we're doing gaming and tech.
Yes.
What we've been playing, maybe some news, stuff like that. Stuart, what have you been up to?
Well, I've been playing a game I've not played in a while. I think the last time I really played it was Extra Life last year. But for some reason, I was like, I kind of want to play this, start playing this again. I've been playing a bunch of Realm Royale. Boy, is that a dead game that people are still playing. But it is dead to the developers.
Gotcha.
There are still people playing the game. Yes, it is mostly bots. But that just means you get a bunch of kills when you play. But the sad thing is it's also full of a bunch of hackers.
Oh, that's the worst. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a game I was
to an old Call of Duty game.
Yeah. It's not that bad. But yeah, like I was playing one match. I was down to the last 3. I saw the other 2. They were in the middle of a fight. I'm like, okay, I can just start pinging one off, then I'll ping the other one off, and then I won. That's not how that happened. I shot one and chickened him because, hey, this is Realm Royale. When you go down, you turn into a chicken. And then all of a sudden, that chicken zoomed off into the distance. Think, oh, that's a speed hacker right there. And that left me and the other guy fighting. And then here comes the flash and killed us both. Like, you asshole. Why? Why? I mean, seriously, why? This is a dead game. Why are you hacking in a dead game? And of course, I of course reported him, but 2 people work on this. 2 people keep this server alive. Literally 2 people work on this game still. No, they don't do anything. They just keep the servers running. That is all they do.
So there's like no new battle pass or anything like that? Hasn't
been in well over a year and a half.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's just whatever thing they were selling when they stopped doing anything, that's the store. Nothing new ever shows up in that store. It is what it is. So, but hey, you can still get chicken nuggets, which is their currency, for completing challenges and even logging in. So
that's cool.
So you can still buy stuff, but it still is fun just to get into that pre-lobby where you actually see real people. And you get in there and I spray the chicken with alphabet banner. Like, yeah, I've been playing this game since alpha, buddy. You can't get this anymore. But yeah. That game could have been so well. So it could have done so well if the person who used to be in charge of high res did not decide to ruin all of the games that Hi-Rez had out, and he was since fired because he ruined that company. But I just wish somebody would like take up Realm Royale, and just because that game it still does, it has so much potential, but it's just one day it's just going to be nope, cannot connect to server anymore, and that sucks.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so many battle royales that can coexist with each other, you know.
And this one could have been one of them that actually stuck. Like, you know, you got Fortnite, you got Apex. This one could have you know, fought with PUBG for number 3 spot. Because let's face it, the Battlefield 5 Battle Royale that died at launch.
Oh yeah.
No people played that at launch and then never played it again.
Streamers played it because they got paid to play it, and then no one played it after that.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. But I mean, this one could have been one that stuck around. And I am thankful that as of right now, this could change, but as of right now, 343 is not putting in a battle royale to Halo. Now, do I think a battle royale of Halo would be neat? Sure. I think a battle royale could be neat, but not one that's really, you know, fights for that position of battle royale.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely not gonna go up against Fortnite. Like I don't know what can go. What I don't know if a game can go up against Fortnite at this moment. Like I look at what Fortnite's doing, and I'm like, when's it gonna stop?
It will be another genre. It will not be another battle royale. It'll be a brand new genre.
Yeah, I'm just like, when's it gonna stop? How do they keep like adding new stuff and keep like, I don't know. It's insane. The you know, and like it's like it's too much stimulus going on for me. Like it makes me feel old whenever I'm like, there's so much going on. There's so many different characters. There's so many crossovers. There's so many events. There's so many like, which I mean, that's what their target is for the kids, you know, who colorful, shiny, give me, let me do this. Let me do this TikTok dance with Superman.
An attention span of 5 seconds.
Yeah. And I feel like our generation, like our generation got, you know, like reamed for pretty much that, but I think it's nothing compared to But no. Like
no, I remember, you know, people were, you know, telling our generation, you guys can't live without your face in your phones. Yeah, we kind of can. It's
also our generation's getting older too, and I think that's another
that definitely
reason
that helps.
Yeah,
that, you know, hey, we're working in jobs, we're out there, we're, you know, having kids, you know, there's reasons to put our phone down.
Yeah, and it's just like I feel like I'm just not like I can't focus on like numerous things like I used to anymore, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
I used to be able to like listen to music, watch something, you know, play a game, and now it's like I can play something and watch something, but something suffering.
Yeah,
you know?
I found myself, I'll have something up on my other screen, but I'm like, I have completely lost the point of what I was watching, or I start watching the show and stop playing the game. Like I do one or the other. I'm not doing both.
Yeah, it's more for like, I more have something on in the background just for background's sake.
Like I could literally pull up my Dungeons and Dragons, ambient music, the birds and stuff, and I get the same amount of like background noise.
Yeah, it's just another reason why, like, I was playing Destiny with some people, and then they were like, "Oh, we should go play Splitgate," and I'm like, "Nah, you have fun with that. I'm good."
I've seriously thought about downloading that like a couple times a week. I'm like, I keep hearing about Splitgate. Like,
I remember when the like alpha, like, when they was first shown off like a long time ago, and I'm like, this is too much for me to handle.
The selling point is it's Halo with portals.
Portals, like, yeah.
You kind of got me. Like, okay.
It sounds great, yes, like, but like my reaction time is shit now.
I mean, that's going to go with any shooter nowadays, though. I mean,
that seems high impact, high like, high rate, high like just competitive, like and that's the thing. I'm not big into competitive shooters anymore. Like, I play shooters, but it's more cooperative,
Yeah. You never did jump into the Back for Blood beta stuff, did you?
I never got around to it now, but it's gonna be on Game Pass, so
yeah.
I'll definitely play it.
Oh God, when does that come out?
October 18th?
Is it that long? 12th.
It's like it's 18th or 12th. I knew it was one of those two. Yeah.
For some reason, I was thinking it was coming out like within a couple weeks. Something's coming out within a couple weeks. What's coming out soon?
I don't know.
Where do people go to look up when video games come out? I don't know this.
I don't know. Like, I was trying to look actually earlier to see what all is coming out.
GameStop, I guess. That's a good place to look. No, it's not. Yeah, no, because that's not going to tell me like online games.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot like that I'm excited for. It's like, okay, there's
Game Informer. That'll tell me.
Back for Blood. That's going to be Game Pass. There's the Guardians of the Galaxy game. That's also in October, I think.
Skatebird is finally coming out. I wonder if that's playable. I have no idea. Deathloop, that's coming out soon. That's maybe what I was thinking of.
Is that actually coming out soon?
September 14th.
Okay, nice.
So 3 weeks.
Apparently there's a Demon Slayer game coming out.
New World. That was the other thing I was thinking of.
Oh yeah, the open beta soon, I saw.
Actually, I think New World maybe got pushed again.
I saw something like.
Yep, New World got pushed. Oh, it was supposed to come out next. It's supposed to come out next Tuesday. That was literally what I was thinking of. It was coming out next Tuesday. Now it was pushed back a month.
Does that game stand any chance? Like,
I don't know what they've changed since a year ago. So I don't know, but from what I saw from like the streamers playing it, when during that closed beta a couple weeks ago, it looked exactly the same. So it's gonna die quickly.
And I mean, the fact it keeps getting delayed too doesn't really help.
I mean,
like,
if it's
distill
getting
confidence.
delayed and it's actually they're fixing something, I'm okay with it. But
there's a difference from, okay, yeah, it's been delayed 3 months versus, okay, it's been delayed a month. Now it's been delayed another month. Now it's been, like, that kind of shows like, oh, they keep finding stuff wrong with it.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Cyberpunk really scared the gaming industry, as it should have.
Yeah.
Because it's even like just now, like people are saying it's kind of playable now. Like, okay, but I'm still not. I beat it, so I'm not going to play it till it comes out with like story stuff.
I saw the TMNT game doesn't come out till next year, which I'm sad. I thought it was going to come out this year. The one that looks like the old school.
Right.
Shredder's Revenge.
Yeah.
I was excited about that, but that's not coming out till 2022. Halo's coming out, but there's no co-op.
At launch.
Really?
At launch.
Yeah,
it will come out later.
Which sucks.
But
yeah.
Which I find weird why it's not at launch. I mean, they've had because this was supposed to come out in 2019 originally. Then it got delayed.
Was it?
Yeah. Then it got delayed, and people were thinking it was going to come out with a launch of the Series X and Series S. That didn't happen either.
Yeah. Like, I'm was looking forward to playing Halo co-op. Like, that was my big thing I was looking forward to, because I've played like all of them, or all the ones I've played have been through co-op. So
I am looking forward to it because the technical preview was fun, and it got me back into playing Halo again. So, speaking of what else I've been playing a game that came out last week. I've already beat it. It took me a couple days because it's not that long. 12 minutes. Yeah, have you played this at all yet?
I have not. No.
Okay. 12 minutes is a time loop game. Basically, you're playing a guy voiced by his name literally was on. I was about to say it. Charles Xavier.
Defoe, James McAvoy.
James McAvoy.
Yeah, I was like, it's either two people. I just need to say the right one.
And this starts off, you walk into your apartment, and then your wife, voiced by Daisy Ridley, comes out. You guys sit down, have a dessert, have a little talk, and then there's a knock at the door. William Dafoe as a cop, and he comes in and murders you, and accuses your wife of murder herself, and then he kills you. So, and then time resets, and you have about 10 minutes to try to figure out kind of what's going on with the story. And you are really given, like, it does not hold your hand at all. It is hard. It is kind of hard. It's a lot of trial and error. Like, there were a lot of loops. I died a lot of times. But then you start to realize what you're supposed to do. Like, oh, okay, yeah, you're supposed to drug your wife. Okay. That's not cool, but you know, that's something. Then you're supposed to torture the cop. All right. Yeah. Then I'm spoiling the whole fucking game just because of what I'm about to reveal. Then you find out your character and your wife are brother and sister. And she's pregnant with the baby.
Okay. Huh.
Now, granted, while I was playing this, my sister was also playing this, and we were texting each other, giving each other tips and stuff. Then we got to the end, and I'm like, I sent the text like, well, I got an ending. She says, I did too. I feel icky. The game was fantastic until that fucking end. And I hate that ending. I hate that ending.
That seems very weird.
It seems like you could have come up with any other fucking ending than that.
Why would someone think of that? Yeah.
It could have been anything else but that.
Kind of surprised I haven't seen articles about this.
I'm surprised you haven't either, because I have. Because like Kotaku has an article that said like this game has the worst ending of any video game this year. That was the headline.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Like that ending sucked. And the ending divert you. Then you get three different choices on how the game could end. But that is still the ending that then it branches from. Because the murder that your wife is accused of, your sister wife is accused of, you find out, oh wait, I committed that murder. I just forgot about it. And I knew that she was my sister the whole time. How did you fucking forget that?
Huh. IGN gave it an 8 out of 10. That's kind of weird.
The gameplay itself, I'm like, the gameplay and like the idea is great. It is just that writing that kills it. That ending absolutely fucking kills that game. And I guess if you don't have, I guess I'm really colored by this because I was literally playing this at the same time as my sister. That really colors.
You have a sister.
That yeah. I have two sisters, and like this really colors my view of this game. I'm like, oh, that's just no. And it's just like this game could have been fantastic. Because I was looking forward to this game when, during the E3 that it was shown 3 years ago. And then it was shown again last year, and it was given like, oh, James McAvoy, Daily Risley, William Dafoe. Like, that was an amazing cast. And then you do this with it. So I just...
Yeah.
And yet you do have an ending where like you're talking, because the whole thing is like your character, your sister wife is accused of killing her father.
Sister wife. Oh.
Is accused of when in reality it was actually your character who killed your father. Because you went to him to ask permission to date his daughter, and then find out, oh, we're related. Things happen, and then you get the option to tell her and break it off, tell her and see how it goes, or not tell her. Those are basically the three endings. The one I chose was tell her and break it off. And you basically then you kind of restart the game, but everything's different. And then you walk into a completely empty apartment. Like there's no furniture, no nothing.
Huh.
And it's just, and then you can go back in time and then re-choose one of the other selections, see how that ending goes. And when you decide not to tell her and then confront her within the time loop, yeah, she walks out on you and calls you disgusting, because that is disgusting. But yeah, they could have come up with a different ending and it would have been so much better.
Seems very weird that would be the ending.
Yeah.
For something like this that, has clearly gameplay is good.
Like if you wanted to go for shock value, you think of something else. Don't your thought should not have been, oh, incest.
Yeah, I Googled 12 minutes and I'm looking, and there's not a whole lot of like reports of like, oh, it's incest, which like I would think it'd be everywhere. I would think people would be writing up stories of how this is, why is this the thing? This is disgusting, or but no, like. It's just, I'm just getting reviews, and then Hideo Kojima says 12 minutes kind of makes me want to create another adventure game, and then it's just other review.
It was so good until the end. It is literally that ending writing, which maybe people didn't get to the end. That could have been it. They couldn't figure out how to, not knock the cop out. Because that was the thing that took me the longest, and that's what really then just set the ball rolling towards the end. was figuring out how to knock out that cop. Quote, cop. Because I don't think he was a cop. So, yeah, I just spoiled 12 minutes because that I needed to talk about that. So, what kind of fun games have you been playing?
I played the first level of Psychonauts 2.
Oh, that's fun. Well, okay, maybe that game Psychonauts 1 went to some pretty dark places.
It's really weird. I never played the first one. I don't know why.
I rented it. I rented it, and I never finished it.
It was on original Xbox, right? I never had an original Xbox.
Yeah, and PlayStation 2. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, I did have a PS2, but I don't know. But it's really weird. The narrative stuff's pretty bizarre. The gameplay it's pretty solid. It looks good. It plays well. I was playing it on the Xbox One.
You started up your Xbox.
So,
wow.
I mean, I typically use my Xbox every day because that's my media device.
Yeah.
But
like mine is literally sitting right here, and it is not even plugged in. I didn't even go through the effort of plugging anything in.
Oh yeah, I use mine
when I move
media because the Kinect can control stuff, and I can tell Google to pause or play or stuff like that. And it controls my my speakers and everything. So it's just a convenience thing. Why I'm still using it versus like a Roku or something else. I just got more control over everything. But yeah, it runs pretty well on the, and I've got the day one edition Xbox One. So that's saying something.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm not real big into these type of games. I don't know. I just fired it up just to see, Psychonauts. Everyone ranted and raved about it. Let me at least try the first level, But like I said, it looks pretty good. It plays well. I didn't find any real issues gameplay wise, or how it was looking. It looks solid, nice and polished. So if you're a fan of Psychonauts, which I've seen a lot of people just, who probably played the first one and are fans of it, they've been saying Psychonauts 2 was great. And I've heard people say it's their game of the year so far. Stuff like that. So yeah, it's on Game Pass. So
yeah,
if you have Game Pass, it's free.
And also on PC as well.
It's got an 88 on Metacritic. So yeah, people are really, really digging it. The only other thing that I've really been playing is the new season of Destiny came out, Destiny 2. It's gonna be the longest season ever because they pushed back the next expansion, and this season is gonna last through till what's it, February 22nd. So 6 months.
I was gonna say, like, when did the last expansion come out? I feel like it's been a while.
It was November last year, November 2020. because it was supposed to be September, but then it got pushed. I think it was November or December. It got pushed a couple months. So yeah, but they decided to push this back. And they, we didn't know until they had an announcement that, hey, on Tuesday, they were like, hey, this is what the new expansion is going to be about. And this current season we're in that just started on Tuesday, hey, it's going to last 6 months. That's a long time.
That is a long time.
Because the previous seasons that have lasted 3 to maybe 4 months, they start to get pretty rough towards the end, because it's just like, it just feels like there's not enough content.
I can tell you there's not enough content in Destiny, because that's why I never kept playing it.
Yeah, I mean they changed the format. They have this seasonal format where it's like, they make it to where it's like, hey, come back every week and play a bit and get more story. And then once you're done with playing through that week's worth of content, you can, do typical things, strike, gambit, crucible, whatever, to earn other loot and do other stuff, do raids, dungeons, whatever. And then, or you can take a break. You can come back next week for the next, bit of story and gameplay for the season. And, it's a bit, they're drip feeding, week to week to week. And I don't like that model, but that's the way Destiny is now. Like, and it has been for a bit. So that's unfortunate. The last season, though, there was I do say that they have been adding more story and stuff like that. More, not necessarily cutscenes, but more like, go up to a character and hear dialogue of a couple characters talking about something that's happening. Like long chunks of dialogue between characters to progress the story and whatnot, which is good. They are going to, was it midway through the season in December, they're coming out with was it Bungie 30th anniversary bundle, or what's it? Let's see, what's it actually called? Let's look this up. Destiny 2. Witch Queen. Yeah, Destiny 2 Bungie's 30th anniversary pack or bundle, whatever. I've seen it either or. This is going to be in December, halfway through the season. And it's going to be an additional charge. It's going to be $24.99. It's going to come with it. Apparently it's going to come with a lot of like cosmetics and stuff like that. Like, they were talking about like, oh, here's cosmetics inspired by, this game or that game, like that the Bungie has done in the past, like
you would. I've just been sitting here kind of thinking like you would have thought like by now Destiny would have come out like a new class by now.
Yes,
because just like when Destiny came out, I cannot help but compare this to like MMOs.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
they've come out with new subclasses. Like just the last expansion, for each class, a new subclass for each class. They came out with the stasis, which is like
to me that's just one. That's just one.
Well, they each do different things though. Like their supers are different and they have different abilities, but it's the same like burn. It's like ice, fire, electricity, void, whatever that is. But yeah, And they have said they're going to come out with more of that. The only reason why I don't think we're going to get a new class ever is because the game is designed for 3-player fire teams unless it's 6-player like raids or, whatever. So it's like it's either 3-man fire teams or 3 or 2 or a group of 2 3-man fire teams essentially. So I feel like it would be weird if they added I don't know.
I'm
would
thinking
love
of
to see something new.
MMOs. Yeah. There's more classes than there are slots in a party.
And that's what they're called. They're claiming this is an action MMO.
I think they're missing out on the MMO part. They're missing out on the MMO because there is not enough to do in that game.
I agree. Yeah.
Like where's the pet collection? Where's the pet battles? That's your MMO needs pet battles. Where's your Pokemon?
They've got the ghosts where you can get different skins and stuff, but that's about it. Like you can put mods on your ghosts now to do things to give you like extra XP or extra glimmer or stuff like that. That's something, I guess. But
mount hunting, that's a fun thing to do in MMOs.
You can give them money to get a new sparrow.
That does not count.
As you can tell, I'm not really defending it. Like, I'm just giving their versions of things. But, there's like armor and weapons and stuff inspired by like past Bungie games. Like, was it like Marathon, Black and White? They said that in their like little video.
That was Lion Studio.
Did they not?
That was Lionhead Studio.
Okay, then I'm thinking of then something else then. Marathon and they said the sword from something. I can't remember what. But yeah, they're just stuff to celebrate their 30th because they're turning 30.
Was it Myth?
Probably Myth. Wait, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I only ever played like Halo and then this.
Yeah.
So I never played any of the other stuff.
Yeah, Halo was
Oni,
my first thing. I knew of Marathon and I knew of Oni. I knew of those games.
Yeah. I guess I said Black and White because I associate Marathon and Black and White, I guess, were around the same time, maybe. I don't know. I never played either of them, but
Black and White was such a fun ass game. They need to make a Black and White 3. We need a Lionhead Studio to come back. That's what we need. Lionhead Studio.
Yeah.
Black and White was great. So was Black and White 2. I had such a fun time with those games.
There's going to be in this 30th anniversary pack. This is, and I'm just segueing into kind of news, because they announced a lot of stuff this week for Bungie or for Destiny. 30th anniversary pack. There's also going to be a new dungeon. So midway through the season, you have to pay extra for a dungeon.
Bullshit. That should be free.
Yeah,
that should be free.
I mean, I don't mind them like doing all this Bungie 30th anniversary pack, type stuff. But yeah, like the dungeon should be part of the content, the seasonal content. I feel like, the dungeon takes place underneath the original loot cave.
Okay.
So that's kind of funny. Like they turn that whole thing into
what they should do is underneath that loot cave should be a giant vat of loot that you cannot actually get, but you can see it. It's just a joke. That should be there.
Yeah. And then they're bringing back the Gallahorn, which was like the OG, the overpowered weapon in D1 that everyone wanted.
That they
but it was so hard to get
again. Is this like
until
the third
they
time?
ended up? They ended up
giving it away, right?
Yeah, the last expansion of D1, Rise of Iron, they had a quest where they just gave it to everybody if they completed the quest. Granted, it was like nerfed a little bit too by the time they did that because it was so overpowered because it was a rocket that shot it shot the rocket and then it burst it broke apart into other rockets that would
Yo, dog,
scatter around.
I heard your rockets like rockets.
So it would hit on impact, burst into more rockets, and then it had tracking in those little mini rockets, which was called Wolfpack rounds. Those would track, and it did like dumb damage, Funny enough, though, they are partnering with Nerf to create a Nerf Gallahorn.
Okay.
So that's something. Yeah. So yeah, that's gonna be like $24.99 on its own, or if you buy the like special deluxe edition plus 30th anniversary bundle, it's $5 cheaper. So yeah, like and that's coming in December 7th, 3 months halfway through. So that's, it's cool. I like the whole like celebrating Bungie 30th anniversary, all that stuff. Give me skins and weapon, armor and all that reflect some of their other properties. But yeah, like that dungeon, I don't know, that should be part of. I mean, this is happening in the middle of the season, so it should be part of the content. Like, they came out and said the Witch Queen, is, that's the next, the February 22nd. There's going to be crafting. They're bringing crafting to Destiny.
I thought there already was crafting.
There was sort of like where you could get engrams and you could do things to kind of like narrow down what they turned into. Like in like certain categories, like, I want an armor piece from this, I want one of this season's armor pieces, and I want it to have, I want it to focus on resilience versus strength or discipline, or, or it's like I want a weapon, either you could decrypt it as like a weapon from the season, or you could use more currency materials, whatever, to like, okay, I want it to be either the bow for the season or the hand cannon for the season. That's 1 engram. So you have a 50-50 chance of getting, either that or that. And the other engram, another one's like, pulse rifle or shotgun, for example, or, so like you can narrow it down, but it wasn't really crafting. It was more of a like kind of a test bed to see like if crafting would be something the community would want.
Mm-hmm.
And then they haven't said too much. They've said crafting, you're going to be able to, as you use the weapon, you're going to be able to like make it stronger, and you're going to be able to craft stuff from like the raids and other stuff. And I'm just I have mixed feelings about that, because part of the one of the best things about D1 was like, oh, I got this cool weapon. It, like the Gallahorn originally, it's so hard to get. Not everyone has it. And then D2 came out, and then they were like, we're going to get rid of random rolls. Everything is going to be static rolls. Nobody liked that. Then they brought back random rolls, and now they're just making it so easy to, like, literally when you start the season, Stuart, in Destiny, exotic weapon. As long as you give them $10, as long as you give them $10,
you broke up like right as you said that.
Oh, when you start the season, as long as you give them $10 for the premium tier, they give you an exotic weapon. Every season, first tier. So everyone has that weapon at the start. As long as they gave Bungie $10 for that season, everyone has that weapon. So like, it kind of is at the point where like it's hard to have a weapon that no one else does, or to, like have kind of an edge over people, or like just, feel like, hey, I earned this weapon. I accomplished, type of thing, versus like, oh, this is a cool weapon that everyone has and everyone's using. And that's the new meta because it's stupidly overpowered and everyone's using it in Crucible, or everyone's using it to, type of thing. And I'm kind of afraid that crafting will kind of make that even more so, with other weapons. But, crafting could be cool. I don't know. It just depends on how they handle it. It's going to be a sticky situation there. And so, yeah, that's, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. They also said, like, I think there's going to be 4 other seasons. Something cool though. They said every 3 months for this upcoming year of the Witch Queen, there's going to be either a dungeon or a raid. So at least that's something. There's going to be a premium in-game piece of content every 3 months. So, which this past year, boy, it's been rough. There hasn't been really anything. We got, was it earlier this year? We got the very first raid redone from D1, and that's been about it.
Wow, that's not wow.
Yeah, it's August, and we, that's all we've gotten this calendar year is a redone raid. No new dungeon, which is like, at least give us a dungeon, like, 3-man mini raid activity, like, at least give us something like that. So it looks like, looks, and to be fair, they have, over the past, like, I guess 6 or so months, they have hired a bunch of new people. Bungie has hired a lot of new people, and they've come out and kind of even said, hey, we're hiring new people because we need more people to make content, because we can't, with our current staff, we can't make enough content to. And something interesting they came out and said was, since they're split with Activision, they've had over 20 million new players in Destiny. Now, granted, that's like, people who've probably, oh, it's free, let me check this out, played it a little bit, but like, even if you just take a percentage of that, that still shows it's got a good chunk of people playing it. It's far from like a dead game, and it's outliving games like, Outriders, for instance, that they're trying to do the same thing, and so it's not like it's not like it with all the negative stuff it's done and everything. It's still got a strong, community following, player base. So, but yeah. They announced a bunch of other nitty gritty things I'm not going to get into, but yeah, they're promising this next year is going to be a lot more content and a lot more like changes that's going to be good for the player and stuff like that. So I don't know. We'll see, but that we're like I said, we're gonna have to. 6 months of this season. That's what's gonna be kind of rough. But yeah, I guess we can jump into other news.
Yeah.
I see you got a topic that I saw as well and was puzzled by.
Yeah, well, yeah. Dr. Disrespect, famous streamer.
I can't stand him. I just got to get that out of the way. I can't.
I'm not a fan of his character's personality. But he's popular, so I'll give him that. Was banned on Twitch. How long ago was that? That was a while ago.
It's been at least a year, right?
Yeah, I think it's been more than a year. Okay, his permanent ban in June of 2020. I didn't think it was during the pandemic. I thought it happened way before the pandemic.
I mean, yeah, but time is like weird. Things don't feel the way as long as they should.
I swear this happened before the pandemic.
Like the last year has felt like 10 years. So.
Yeah, okay. This happened June of last year. And nobody knew why. Nobody knew why. Not even
lots of speculations.
Not yeah. Well, there was a lot of speculations, but that's all they were. The doc says that he knows now why he was banned. He learned this a couple months ago, and he is suing for loss of revenue, all that kind of jazz. Now, here's why I find this will be interesting. If this goes to court and not settled, beforehand, if this goes to court, we will know why he was banned. Because it will be a public court case. It will be public record. But if this is settled outside of court, we will never know.
I feel like it'll be settled outside. Yeah.
It is entirely possible it will be settled outside of court. And we will never know. Because part of that agreement for the settlement will be he never reveals why he was banned. So I don't know. That's really kind of the reason. Because like even at the time, like I was insanely curious, like why he was banned. And like I saw clips of his last stream on Twitch. It was nuts. It was odd, even for him.
And he's done horrible things in the past. Like
horrible.
At least I've heard of horrible stuff. Like him cheating on his wife and,
yes,
various things,
I was more thinking of like against the TOS.
Oh, okay, and then the bathroom incident.
That was his first ban.
Weird.
That was his first ban like the year before, and then again it happened in 2020. He got his second ban, which a lot of people were saying, oh, it was because of that. Like, no, he was already punished for that. He already got the ban for that. That was not the reason. So it's a curious internet mystery that I would like to be solved.
Yeah.
I'm curious as hell. Why was he banned? And why has this been a secret?
Yeah. Surprised no one's like tried to make a documentary about this. I
mean, I'm sure there are shitty, YouTube documentaries in quotes. But anyway, that was really all I had to say about that. But you brought a couple of things.
I did. Just some interesting things. I'll start with the kind of a personal one for me. Apparently it's going to be the 25th anniversary of a game/anime called Monster Rancher that I was a big fan of.
I also was a fan of Monster Rancher.
The premise, at least of the anime, was like it was a game.
It was an isekai.
Right? Yeah, it was
a straight up isekai before that was a genre.
He gets sucked in the world, and there are creatures that are unlocked with discs. And didn't he use it? Because somehow he had the game. Like,
yes, he had the game on him, and that's how he got Mochi.
Yeah. And I think I can't remember if one of the games where you were able to like swap discs to unlock other monsters. Maybe
that was the whole point of the game.
Yeah. Okay.
It was
like a PlayStation game, right?
Yes,
it was on PlayStation.
It was on PlayStation. I definitely played this, and you could put in any CD, and you could get a monster from it.
AOL free trial disc because they were everywhere. Yeah,
Backstreet Boys CD.
I can't remember which one, but
I'm pretty darn sure I either used the Backstreet Boys or NSYNC CD.
Oh, I used like everything because why wouldn't you? You want to see what. Oh, let's see what this pops up. Let's see what my dad's Jimi Hendrix CD will. And, you're a kid. You're not thinking, oh, it's just honestly, random. It's just a random generator.
Nothing about that game other than that.
Yeah,
I don't remember what you really did in the game. I just remember that was part of the game. Was you put in a CD and you had a random monster from it.
I was definitely more of a fan of the anime than the game. Yeah,
I only rented the game, so I never actually like really kind of sat down and really tried to figure it out. I only had it for like a weekend.
Yeah. I enjoyed the anime quite a bit. I wonder how long did the anime run? Let's look this up.
I want to say not long.
You say that, but like back then, seasons lasted like a long time.
73 episodes.
Yeah, that's a good time for
2 years.
3 seasons. Yeah, that's significant for an anime. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It just, yeah, it's definitely one of the first isekais that I watched, you know.
Yeah.
That and Digimon.
Yeah, because that was before dot hack sign. So yeah, that would have been also the first isekai I ever watched.
I think probably, yeah, I can't remember which one I watched first, that or Digimon, but yeah, those two were definitely the first
Digimon.
isekais.
No, okay, nope, okay, you're right. It would have been Digimon that I would have watched first.
They both came out in 99, so that's why I'm like, I can't remember which one. But yeah. So apparently they're re-releasing 1 and 2 also in December 9th, I think, right? Yeah, December 9th. There's a video, I guess, of the lead or the studio Ted or whatever, and he's talking about, hey, yeah, we made this, and people have been asking, they want it. They've been asking us, and you know, apparently he's like, yeah, I remember coming over to America and we made the anime to promote the game, and I'm like, oh, huh, okay, interesting. That seems like a kind of pricey way to promote a game back then, but
I mean, that's anime, dude. That's what anime is. It's an ad. It's literally either an ad for the manga, the light novel, or a game. That's all anime is. That's why you never get an ending to the story. I'm dead serious. That is literally why you never get an ending to the story, because it is an ad for the source material.
It's apparently it's gonna be released on iOS, PC, and Switch.
Okay.
So
I'm curious on how the CD thing was going to work.
Yeah, only one device where you can technically
put in a CD.
Disc in.
Yeah.
If you have technically, one. Yeah.
So
I still have a drive, but yeah,
I do too.
Maybe you I don't know, picture file, or I don't know.
Yeah, this article does not ask the right question.
Yeah, it's talking about, most people don't use CDs anymore, but the developers found a way to rework the feature into their modern version of the game. You'll be able to search a database to find monsters' desired CD and generate from its data. That's weird.
So it won't be random? You just search for it?
And put the keyword of a CD or of the monster to be born. So I guess, maybe you search a CD title and that's what it looks like. Yeah.
Metalocalypse Death Clock.
Oh God.
That only came.
That was a random one.
Well, I was listening to it in the car on the way home today. So
really, wow.
Okay. Yeah. So I was like, that's why it popped in my head.
That's
now why it popped in my head for me to listen to it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's very random. So yeah, it's really enjoyed and the funny thing is, I've been debating on going back and watching this anime recently. So that's kind of strange how this is popped up. And it's the 25th anniversary apparently. Yeah.
They knew.
So yeah. Because I came across a YouTube video where I think it was Funimation had some YouTuber create a video for them on their channel. I I can't remember, but it was about isekais and stuff like that, and it got me thinking about like what were some of the first isekais, and then I was like Digimon, of course, and then next was like, oh yeah, Monster Rancher. Yeah, I really enjoyed that anime quite a bit, huh? And it, this was back then. This was back in the time where it's like you had to watch it when it was on the TV,
Yes,
and that's it. So it's like I don't remember if I've ever watched the entire series.
I know for a fact I haven't.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where it's like,
because
I can do that now.
I'm looking at the monsters. I'm like, I only recognize Monchichi, Saizo, and then I don't remember the dog's name.
Oh, I remember the dog. Yeah,
but those are the only ones I recognize. I don't recognize any of the others.
Yeah, I remember bits and pieces from it. Yeah, and some of the plot details and
Tiger.
It gets really dark. Like this anime, there's some dark moments in it that I remember.
Suezo, not Saizo, Suezo.
Suezo. Yeah, it's the eyeball guy.
The eyeball,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And I can still hear his voice. I can still hear that voice actor.
Oh yeah, it was a distinctive voice for sure. Yeah.
Boy,
so, yeah,
did they have some unique names for these monsters? You want to see when you hear some?
Oh yeah, let's hear some.
Dino, Golem, Tiger was the name of the dog. Pixie, Worm, Gel. It looks like a jelly. Suezo, Hare. Guess what? That's a rabbit.
Yep.
Galley. Mono. It's a monolith. Naga. Here's my favorite. Plant. Literally the name of one of them is Plant. Dragon. Magic. Oh God, you got to see Magic. It's Magic Johnson, dude. It is literally Magic Johnson. It is good. It's a black dude. It's a black dude. I'm like, that's Magic Johnson. Because that's who they would have gone with. Yeah, which is that's cat. Ape, ghost, doodle, disc. Like, boy, you were so original.
Hey, this was late 90s.
That's all of them. Not a big old list.
Yes. It's crazy to think that, like, yeah, these things we grew up watching as kids and stuff, like, they're approaching their 25th, and more anniversaries. Like, it's crazy. Now it's 25th of the game, not the anime, because the anime came out in 99. But
yeah.
Still, that's over 20 years ago. It's crazy. Digimon came out the same year. So yeah, like we're getting old. We really are. I feel like we're saying that more and more often, but
okay. Now it looks like you could fuse the monsters. That's where you really get like a Tiger and Suezo you get a mono eye. And it looks like a one-eyed tiger.
Interesting.
Like, yeah, you could fuse them and you'll get different and somewhat unique. looking monsters.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if I'll end up checking this out when this comes out, but just, thought it was something interesting to bring up and talk about. And, it's just crazy to think that, it's been 20 something years since, it's been a while, and how things have changed, like, back then discs were like the new thing, were the popular thing. And now no one uses discs.
Right. That's the picture of Magic.
Wow.
By the way.
Yeah. It's
just a black dude. I guess.
Yeah. The other topic I got is something that came from Gamescom that I thought was interesting, because Gamescom happened,
Sure did.
Marvel Midnight Suns.
Interesting.
It's a game. It's going to be a XCOM like tactical RPG. And the Midnight Suns was a comic book team deprived of like Ghost Rider, Blade, Doctor Strange, Morbius, like, some more. They're like darker like characters,
Yes.
It was kind of almost like a Dark Avengers before Dark Avengers type of thing. And
who is that?
Yeah, this took me by surprise when I saw this was actually a thing. There's a trailer for it. And it's, they couldn't just have the Midnight Suns. They have to throw in Wolverine and Iron Man. Because, hey,
because you gotta have somebody to sell this.
Yeah, which this looks interesting. I don't know who the villain is.
I don't recognize the chick in the middle. Nico,
the chick they wake up,
Nico,
right?
Minoru. I don't recognize her. At first, I thought she was.
You've seen the trailer, right?
I'm watching it right now.
Okay,
I've not seen.
Apparently, they wake up somebody or whatever, and it's, according to this, it seems like it's like the daughter of the villain or something. I don't know, like, not quite sure how this is gonna work, but it's interesting. Like,
no,
I never would have thought
it's the magic chick.
Oh, it's just magic?
No, like she's the one that waking up this person.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know. Is that supposed to be Psylocke?
I don't know who that is. Yeah. Like, the trailer makes it seem like the person they're waking up is supposed to be someone super important to help save the day or something. But
okay, there's magic. I recognize her.
Isn't Magic Colossus' sister, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's some Pantera playing for the trailer music. Okay.
It's Metallica.
Oh, it is Metallica.
Yeah. It's not Metallica, but it's Metallica's Enter Sandman.
Yes, it's Enter Sandman.
Yeah.
It's done by Firaxis, really? That's interesting. Firaxis is the civilization people.
Oh, huh. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. The Midnight Suns is a very obscure comic book team. Like, I like them because I like the darker side, Blade, Doctor Strange, Ghost Rider, stuff like that. I just feel like they're, what you got all these cool, dark, supernatural type character, like coming together, make a team. I've enjoyed the Midnight Suns for
who
what
they
they
woke
were.
up was the Hunter.
Okay.
The Hunter.
I don't know.
The Lilith. This is in the article. Go away, ad.
Hydra revived
Forsaken
Lilith.
child, as in like Lilith, like the Bible Lilith.
Lilith, Mother of Demons. I've heard of Lilith in the Marvel universe, but I've never really read or anything of them. So
Lilith is actual like biblical. It was Adam's first wife before Eve.
So it's interesting. And this is coming out in March. So
okay.
A lot sooner than I would have thought.
Yeah.
Since no one knew this existed until like now. Which, we're all for. We've been saying, wait until stuff, wait to announce stuff until closer to release.
Exactly.
Don't announce, don't show us Elder Scrolls, whatever. Was it 5?
It was
6. Which one is it? 6.
That
don't show us an image like
that though was because fans were screaming.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, but still, like, I don't know. It's crazy how there's so many games that it's like we don't know when they're coming out.
Literally did the XCOM games too. So this is
cool then. Yeah.
I just had the thought like who did the actual XCOM game or the remakes? It was Firaxis.
See, I never really played any of the XCOM games, but this has me intrigued. This has me interested for sure. Just, even if it's not a good game, I've played a mini shitty game just to see the Marvel story behind it.
Honestly, I feel like
I'm looking at you, Web of Shadows.
I feel like this could be really good.
It could be interesting, yeah.
I think, yeah.
But it's just, I just find it funny how it's like, they've got, they have to throw in Wolverine and Iron Man because they're actually characters people recognize,
right?
Like that aren't like, Ghost Rider. You mean the Nick Cage Ghost Rider like movie, like that most people probably that's their reference for Ghost Rider.
Right.
So, I'm excited. I'm definitely going to keep an eye out on this. This was definitely, it's also, how many other Marvel games are in the works that we don't know about? Cause we've said for the last few years, like, where are the Marvel games at? Like, no one's really making Marvel games besides mobile games. Yeah.
It's been a while since we've had like actual like superhero games based on Marvel.
Yeah, we've just been getting little bits and pieces here and there.
You know what? I think it's been since the Disney property, and until recently, then we started getting them.
Yeah, I mean, we've had some here and there, of course, Marvel Avengers, and then the Ultimate Alliance 3.
Because those were such good games.
Yeah. And Spider-Man,
actually a good game.
Yeah.
Still would like to play Miles Morales, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Yeah. So I'm excited about this. This is going to be interesting. This is something I'm looking forward to for 2022. It's a game that knew nothing about, had no clue that hadn't. If you told me a week ago that we were going to get a Midnight Suns game, I would have been like, yeah, in my dreams. Like, there's no way. That's such an obscure team. Like,
first, I would have to look up Midnight Suns before I could tell you this.
Yeah, most people don't know. Like I said, I've known about them, and I've read some of the comic runs, and I had some of their comics back when I collected comics before my collection got lost. But yeah, they're very obscure 90s, pretty much team though. So they've done stuff here and there since, but yeah. So yeah, like I said, I want to see more of this. Like, here's a game we've been working on for I don't know, couple years, probably, at least. It'll be out within a year,
Cool.
So those are the only two things I had. Like you said, Gamescom came out, but I didn't really see a lot.
I didn't follow
Gamescom.
I didn't follow it, so I haven't even looked.
Yeah, I've just been like, looking to see if anything, but no, nothing's really popped out. Nothing's popped in my Google feed or my RSS reader for some of the sites I follow. It's just, I guess it's just more of the same stuff that came from Gamescom. Apparently, like, there more games are coming to Game Pass. I did see that. I think Humble games are coming to Game Pass, like the actual games that Humble like make, that
they sell.
Yeah, I want to say that's something I saw.
You just go like, what's on sale? Jackbox. They've got a sale for a bunch of Jackbox games.
Humble games bringing indies to Game Pass on day one. So
cool.
Yeah. And Humble, they've made like, I don't know, at least they published various games. Like one of their games, I think they had a Pokemon clone that they published. I can't even remember what it's called, but
is it Temtem?
Yeah, they put Temtem. Yeah. I don't think that's coming to Game Pass, but like, that's, I don't know. I don't think they've really published a whole lot yet, but I don't know. More games coming to Game Pass is always good. So I'll never complain that more games are coming to Game Pass. And that's I guess that's clever. It though.
One of their bundles right now is 7 Deadly Sims. And it's 7 simulation games.
Oh, okay. That's good. Yeah.
Like a hunting sim, police stories. Oh, that Ancestors game. That was a weird looking game.
Yeah, they got a lot of interesting bundles. It's Humble Bundle is still like, I'm surprised. It's crazy how like they're still going. They're still,
and they
just keep having new bundles.
It's good stuff too. Like I've 100% bought a lot of stuff from Humble Bundle.
Oh yeah, same. Games and otherwise.
Yeah,
I bought a few comic bundles from them.
I bought some D&D stuff. I mean, heck, the battle map maker that I use for our game, I bought it on Humble Bundle.
Oh, that's cool.
Actually, whenever it updates, I have to go back to Humble Bundle to update.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, it seems like they're always having some kind of D&D or Pathfinder or Warhammer tabletop bundles, like always. So yeah. Anyways, that's been episode 431, the Geeks for the Win podcast. Be sure to follow us on Twitter. Stuart's at Casual Terror. I am at WillPlayGames_. And we will see you next time.
And remember, no animals are harmed to make this podcast.